This week on 49ers Cal High Sports Report, a crazy week with lots of smoke, but games were played, and we were there. We'll have De La Salle battling Foothill. Salinas takes on San Benito, and Livermore takes on San Ramon Valley.
We have big-time volleyball with Sacred Heart Cathedral and St. Francis, water polo with Pioneer and Willow Glen, and the story of a Lee roller hockey star and his battle with leukemia. It's all next on a very smoky edition of 49ers Cal High Sports Report.
Welcome to our 49ers Cal High Sports Report. I'm Robert Braunstein.
And I'm Aubrey Tolliver. A little smoky this week, but we did have some games played. We start tonight in our favorite league, the East Bay League, because that's where all the games were played Friday night.
They did a very good job, and that was very nice. One of those games featuring the 4-2 Monte Vista Mustangs battling league rival Granada. The Mats coming in at 3-3 as the teams did meet on Friday night. The Granada Marching Band doing a great job before tonight's game. We fast forward to the second quarter. Jacob Morton hands it off to Zach McIntyre, and Zach goes around the left side, runs it in, and it's 10-9. Granada leads at the half. Next quarter, Morton hands it off again. This time it's Octavio Morales who breaks through tacklers to find some open field. 60 yards! And the Matadors now with a 16-9 lead. Moving ahead to the start of the final quarter where the game goes back and forth. This pass is picked off by Andy Yee to set up the Mustangs in good field position. Very next play, Scott Chen will scramble around the pocket for a while. The quarterback heaving this one toward the pylon and diving for the catch is John Giagiari. It's a Mustang touchdown. They go for two, but still trail 20-17. Next kickoff. Zach McIntyre takes this one at his own 3-yard line. He gets a few blockers and finds a hole and then bursts out into the open, and he goes all the way 97 yards for Granada, and their lead is now 27-19, and that was huge. But the Mustangs will not give up. Scott Chen steps back and finds Nate Rachena, and he sheds a tackler and tacked this one on for 6, and the Mustangs again down by just 3. Final moments of the game now. The Mustangs will take one last chance at the end zone, but the ball is picked off by Malini Tia, and that seals a big victory for Granada. After the game, Zach McIntyre talking about his team and the big kickoff return.
We just battled in practice, just giving it 100% every day. We're pushing each other, holding each other accountable. We're all brothers out there, and we're fighting for each other, giving every last ounce. I just saw the hole. My teammates, they can't run that double wedge any better. Everyone got a body on someone, and I just saw the hole open, and God led me to the end zone.
The Christopher Cougars Marching Band taking the field as the Cougars host De La Salle. First quarter, Andrew Marquez takes the snap, keeps it on the read option, and that was a good idea as Marquez is into the secondary, and he is gone. 36 yards, De La Salle up 7-0. Still first quarter, Christopher quarterback Ben Sanford back to throw over the middle. Ethan Crawford makes the catch. He's in, and we're tied at 7. Late first quarter now, and De La Salle is driving. Marquez again keeps it himself and races down the far sideline. Another big touchdown run for the Trojans and a 14-7 lead. De La Salle thriving on defense as well. Ben Esparza with the tackle here. 14-7 Trojans at the half. And at halftime, a spectacular fireworks show. That's how they do homecoming at Christopher. Second half, De La Salle comes out throwing Marquez to Dorian Segovia, who makes a nice grab. And then Francisco Rosales takes it in from there, and De La Salle has a 21-7 lead. Back comes Christopher Sanford to throw, going to the corner of the end zone there to make the catch, and ruled inbounds is Jason Sergioni. Yep, Jason, they say that's a catch, and it's 21-14 now. De La Salle still in the lead. But the Cougars tie it up right here. Sanford back to pass again, firing over the middle and catching it in stride is Joseph Cup, and he is gone, and we are all tied at 21 all. Final moments now of regulation. De La Salle with a chance to win this thing with a short field goal attempt, but it is blocked, and we go to overtime. In the overtime now, De La Salle gets a touchdown on its possession to take the lead. The Cougars need a score here. Fourth down, but the pass is incomplete, and De La Salle wins a thriller in overtime to go to 2-1 in league, tied with Christopher at 2-1. Big games for Marquez and Rosales.
Heading to the Menlo Gym now, where it's senior night for these 6 nights. They're playing host to Notre Dame Belmont. First set, it's knotted up at 7. Selena G with an awesome block, Knights on top. But now it's tied at 11. Chrissy Smoot sets it on over to Lauren Haverty. That had some heat on it. But here comes set point from Menlo. Grace King goes for the kill. It's Doug, but there with the ricochet is Kristen Sellers. Knights take set 1, 25-18. On to set 2, some great moves by the Tigers to keep this ball in play, but on the Menlo side, it's Sienna Huen, Sellers, Ryan Hodge, bump, set, kill, 14-7 Knights. Soon enough, it's match point again for the Knights. Grace Angrite, 2 Sellers, 2 King, and Menlo goes up by 2 sets. Notre Dame showing some fight in set 3. That's Kendall Peters to Smoot, who looks like she's going to set it, but tips it instead. It's tied at 3. The Tigers get something going here. Peters the bump, Smoot the set, Kate Rose, K-Ran the kill. The Tigers lead 13-7, their largest lead of the night, but that lead would soon diminish. Houghton digs it from backcourt, and the lucky rebound finds a court in Tigers territory. Menlo's 6th straight point. The Knights tied at 13 and never look back. Set point, Tigers go for the tip, but Hodge is there to meet it at the net. Menlo with the sweep. They're sitting pretty on top of the West Bay Foothill League, undefeated.
Each week, the Rikus Center presents the Player of the Week award.
The announcement made in a rap produced by the hip hop department at the Rikus Center. Here's this week's Players of the Week.
Rikus, go hot Players of the Week. Oh, his competitors shook, their heartbeat is racing, chasing after number 28, they're bracing themselves for the impact they facing. It is so easy for Tariq, he looks like he's spacing. This is a murder case and police is now tracing his 25 carries and 2 receptions, the case with 4 touchdowns and 200 plus yards for Bracy. Stellar competitor, yeah, his game is so spacey. Now it's Amisi Saluni in this highlight film. Mom and his Clooney, supernatural athlete, make your Halloween spooky. His game can bring peace to both Shias and Sunnis. He works both sides of the fields, his game is so real, his skills are so stacked. 2 touchdowns from the kill, opponents they feel when the QB gets sacked. No recollection, there is no different perception. When you roll to Northgate, you get the proper reception. You saw your Players of the Week.
South County Chrysler Jeep Ram Dodge cares about our young people.
So each week they'll present a driving tip to help our teens drive more safely. Here's this week's tip.
Hello, I'm Max McCash from Leland High School, and I'm here to bring you this week's South County Chrysler driving tip. Don't think all the attention paid to teens driving more safely is a joke. This is serious. Between 5,000 and 7,500 teens are killed each year in the United States because of traffic crashes. Pay attention and be careful when you drive. You don't want to become the next statistic.
Coming up, we head south to Hollister to see the hay balers in action.
And really, who doesn't want to see the hay balers in action? Plus, Woodside and Terra Nova on the hardwood next. The Rikus Center is well known as an elite athletic training facility, but you might not be aware of all the ways the center touches the lives of our community. In addition to athletic fitness, nature awareness, and creative arts, the Rikus Center offers a diverse community service program, allowing students to gain leadership and life skills, learning the responsibilities of a real work environment, from working with young children to helping veterans with archery. The community service program will teach students the demands of a professional environment while fulfilling their high school's community service requirements. For almost 50 years, BLACH Construction has been enhancing the Greater Bay Area and Central Coast, transforming the Northern California landscape, building corporate offices, schools, health and wellness centers, research labs, historic and non-profit buildings, using innovative and sustainable techniques, delivering safety and quality, creating trusting lifelong partnerships. BLACH Construction, building futures since 1970.
It's unbelievable. At South County Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, we are the #1 Hellcat dealer in the nation. We've got the largest selection for speed anywhere. Dodge Challenger or Charger Hellcats for only $589 per month. That's not all. We're California's destination for great deals all the time. We've got Jeep Renegades for $10,888 and Fiats for $8,999. Plus the largest selection of Wranglers anywhere. The summer clearance event is going on now, so drive a little and save a lot.
Back to Levi Stadium as we head south to Hollister to see the hay balers in action. Hollister 5-1 overall, 3-0 in a 3-way tie for first in the Monterey Bay League.
The Baylors taking on another one of those teams that is tied in first place, the Salinas Cowboys. A first place battle in this week's CCS Block Construction Blockbuster game, and Robert was there.
Blockbuster game, yeah.
Tonight's game features two outstanding teams with really good regular season records coming into this game. For the San Benito Hay Balers, look for number 34, Johnny Gonzalez, a senior running back on this team with 592 yards so far this season. Salinas uses three different backs, all rushing for over 300 yards a game so far this season. One of them, number 9, Brett Reed, a senior with 382 yards rushing. Both teams are going to run the ball tonight. The 5-1 Hay Balers against the 4-2 Salinas Cowboys in tonight's Block Construction blockbuster game. The Cowboys galloping early as Reed tosses it out to Sonny Ariolo, who makes the catch, and then a terrific run as he breaks free, races upfield, and then a little spin move, and finally down at the 1-yard line. The Cowboys punch it in a short time later, 7-0. More Salinas in the first. Again, it's Reed tossing it outside. This time Jeffrey Weimer makes the catch and some tough yards. Later, same drive, Reed keeps it himself, does a great job avoiding the defenders and following his blockers for a big gain. And then in the red zone now, it's Reed again heading to the pylon. He's just short of the end zone, but the Cowboys do punch it in from there, 14-0 Salinas. Second quarter now, and Reed takes it up the gut, and again doing a great job of avoiding defenders for a big first down. And then Reed back to throw. Open over the middle is Keyshawn Tabor, who makes the catch and darts into the end zone, 21-0 Salinas. Still in the second. Reed to throw again, and look at the spectacular catch by Weimer, who goes over the defender and hauls it in, 28-0. The Hay Balers get on the board early in the third. Slade Wilson rolling out, looking for a receiver, finally spotting Adam Mendoza in the end zone, 28-7 Salinas. But the Cowboys were not done. The handoff to Mike Cortez, who busts through the line, and he is gone. 52 yards and another Salinas touchdown, 35-7. One more for the Cowboys, and again it's Reed taking it to the house as Salinas stays undefeated in league with the 42-13 win. Reed with a big game. He talked about the win after the game for his Cowboys.
Oh, this game, I mean, 4-0 in league. It means a lot to beat Hollister here. Two undefeated teams in league coming at each other. It was huge. It means a lot. We want to play till December. 13 weeks. We want to go to December.
Yeah. We head indoors as the Terra Nova Tigers host the Woodside Wildcats in a Peninsula Bay battle. Tigers take the lead in the first. Arian Herrera bumps it to Sienna Sparks. She sets to Amanda Murad, who tips it over for the point, but Woodside grinds back. Jen Buja digs the ball to Madeline Mendez, who perfectly sets up sophomore Sarah Struss, who gets the kill. Wildcats take the first, 26-24. Second set now, the Tigers fight back. Here's Herrera to Sparks, who gives it to Melani Leal, who finds an opening. Terra Nova up 10-4. Short time later, Woodside ties it up as Molly Buddy serves a wicked ace there. But here comes the Tigers offense. Herrera with the bump, Sparks with the set, and taking it home is Crystal Hinn. Terra Nova takes the second, 25-22. The Tigers carry that momentum into the third. Sparks with a one-handed dig to Hinn, who floats it in the air, and Shirley Morrison just crushes it for the lead. The Wildcats have an answer, though. Elena Campbell bumps to Buddy. She sets it up for Buja, who finds the hardwood. Woodside takes the third, 25-20. On to the fourth now. The Wildcats get their offense going. Captain Campbell bumps it to Buddy. Who's your buddy? She sets it high, and flying in for the kill is the soft powerhouse Struss. The Wildcats win it to go to 15-10 on the season. Sereno Group and the 49ers bring us the Coach of the Week award every week.
Here's the 49ers' Bradley Pinion with this week's announcement.
Hi, I'm 49ers punter Bradley Pinion, here to announce this week's Charlie Wiedemeyer Memorial Coach of the Week. This week's award goes to Milpitas High School head coach Kelly King. Coach King's Trojans remain undefeated on this season with a record of 7-0. The Trojans overcame a deficit early on and were able to pull away from the Chargers after scoring 28 unanswered points. The win allowed the Trojans to avenge last season's defeat to the Chargers. As part of this award, Milpitas High School will receive a $1,000 grant from the 49ers Foundation. Coach King will be invited to watch the 49ers practice at the SAP Performance Facility, where he will be presented with his award by 49ers head coach Kyle Shanahan. He will also be recognized on the field prior to our final home game of the season on December 24th. Congratulations to head coach Kelly King, this week's Charlie Wiedemeyer Memorial Coach of the Week.
Coming up, back to the East Bay League for Amador Valley and Dublin.
And the story of the Lee High School roller hockey player battling cancer and winning. Our Spirit of Achievement feature is next.
Hi, I'm Coach Gio, and today we're going to be talking about two-footed dribbling. You can dribble the ball with the inside of your foot, the outside of your foot, or your laces. When you're dribbling the ball, it's important to keep your head down for a few seconds and your head back up so you can keep control of the ball and know where you're going. When you're dribbling the ball, keep the ball close and push it with your laces.
Head over to the Silver Creek Sportsplex in South San Jose for the excitement and fun of day camps for kids ages 7 to 12. Enjoy our state-of-the-art air-conditioned facility where your superstar will receive the best training in a variety of sports in the morning. They'll experience flag football and soccer on the Bay Area's best indoor fields. They'll learn roller hockey, baseball, softball, basketball, and badminton. Afternoons are filled with a variety of fun activities. Sign up now for summer camps. Build skills, make friends, and have fun. In 2006, a small group of dedicated, experienced real estate top producers broke from the tradition of large-scale real estate mega companies. Our goal was to form an upscale boutique agency with an unprecedented knowledge of the local market and community. We are the best and the brightest, top producing agents in Silicon Valley, agreeing to collaborate to leverage our talents and ensure the success of every opportunity for our clients. And we give back with $500,000 a year, annually going out to 24 different organizations. Sereno Group, here for good.
Hi, I'm Kathleen Pizzine in Palo Alto, and I'm a proud supporter of Bay Area high school sports.
Hi, my name's Ed Graziani from Los Altos. I'm proud to support high school athletics on the 49er Cal High Sports Report.
We're the El Cerrito cheer team, and you're watching the 49ers Cal High Sports Report.
Back at Levi Stadium and the NBC Sports Studio with a look at the Amador Valley Dons, having a fine season with a 3-2 league record and looking to improve on that this week with senior tailback Jason Severance rushing for 534 yards so far this year.
The Dons meeting the Dublin Gales, who feature senior quarterback Trey Hines, who has thrown for 772 yards this year. The Gales hosting Amador Valley Friday night.
The Dublin student section all fired up as the Gales host Amador Valley Friday night. First play on scrimmage, and Trey Hines connects with Armari Tidwell, and the senior gets the wheels going for a 40-yard gain. That leads to this, a Jason White 23-yard chip shot to give the Gales a 3-0 lead. Amador looking to respond, but Dublin's D-line is just a monster. Grant Manning gets in for the big-time sack. Still in the first, give it to Jason Severance, and he gets some blocks in front of him, and he gets the first down. That drive would lead to a Colin Tomas 23-yard field goal through the uprights. In the second quarter, it's tied at 3. Same score late in the second, and Dominic Mazzotti looks for a receiver but decides to take it himself for a big gain. Just a few plays later, Mazzotti doing it with his arm, and he heaves it right to Tommy Kramer, who will get the touchdown here. 10-3 Amador Valley at intermission. Second half now, and this AV offense continues on. Mazzotti on the run again, but this time he dives into the end zone for 6. PAT is good to extend the lead to 14. Just a little more insurance for the Dons as Mazzotti finds Tommy Kramer again, and he powers in for the TD as Amador Valley takes the victory for their 4th league win of the season. Mazzotti with 3 touchdowns for AV.
The crowd settling in to watch Willow Glen host Pioneer in the pool. This one tight throughout, down 1-0 Pioneers. Michaela Harrell. A long pass to McKenna Book, who charges the net and fires it home. We are tied at 1-1. More Mustangs now as Julia Jarosky tosses into Book, who just gets mugged in front there, but still she manages to skip it home. Back come the Rams. Alicia Hutchins turns and the lefty rockets it into the net, and we are tied at 2-2. Jarosky way up this time, firing this one, but a terrific save by the Rams' Grace Smith, who was outstanding in net the entire game. Third period now as Hutchins tosses it in from way out, and the Rams lead it 5-2. More Rams in a perfectly placed shot by Leah Chaponis. 6-2, Rams in the lead. But the Pioneer Mustangs with a late charge in this one as Book skips it home, her 3rd goal of the match. Moments later, Book finding Jarosky from point-blank range, and all of a sudden we have a game. It's 6-4. But the Rams close it out here. Lauren and Draken from distance, and the Rams win it. 7-4 is the final. Willow Glen all alone in second place in the Mount Hamilton division. Hutchings and Andraken leading the way.
Each week, we bring you stories of athletes who have overcome adversity in their lives to succeed in school and in sports.
Kiara Biagini joins us now with the story of a cancer survivor back on the rink with his team.
Robert, tonight we meet Nick Norsha, who is celebrating life in remission.
Nick is recovering from leukemia and back to a normal life after a 4-year battle.
Nick Norsha is a sports fanatic. Growing up, he played them all. Basketball, baseball, soccer, golf, roller hockey, you name it, he played it. Nick's life revolved around sports. That was until January 30th, 2014, when Nick's life changed forever.
Well, it happened around midway through 7th grade, probably. I started getting really tired very easily. I wasn't feeling very good. I had a headache. I couldn't focus in school. So I eventually went home, and then I had a regular doctor's appointment that I went to that day. And the doctor noticed I was looking kind of pale. So she asked if she could take my blood to see what my levels were all at. They sent me up to Stanford, and about an hour before my 13th birthday, I got diagnosed with leukemia. So, yeah.
Not exactly the best way to spend your birthday, but right away, brave young Nick accepted reality and began his fight against leukemia with his head held high.
My parents kind of took it a lot worse than me. They were crying, and I'm just like, I had always heard of what leukemia and cancer was, but I never really understood. So I wasn't really all that shaken. I'm just like, all right, I guess this will just be something to kind of go through.
Nick endured 9 months of chemotherapy, poison being pumped through his body. Then Nick began a long and heavy medication regimen, which the 13-year-old impressively managed himself.
As they call it, a medicine cocktail. It's a lot of different chemos. It all affects you differently. There's one that made me lose my hair, but all of them really had the same effect of really weakening your strength.
Being diagnosed with leukemia is never in the game plan. All the doctor's appointments, treatments, and side effects made it very hard for Nick to grow up like a normal kid.
When he was stuck at home or stuck in the hospital, I really felt sad for him, for his social stuff. He didn't get to go to dances. He didn't get to go to school. He didn't get to go play, anything. He didn't get to ride a bike. He didn't get to, and that's the part that was hard for me. I'm a social person and he's a social person. I think the hardest for me was watching him miss out.
But despite the terrible burden laid upon the Norsha family in 2014, there was the other side. The positive side, the overwhelming show of support from his community, friends, and neighbors, showing Nick he wasn't fighting this battle alone.
I started to do research and Google it, and I was like, what is leukemia, and going deep and what it does to your body and how it affects you. And it just kind of hit me hard because I'm like, I've known this kid since kindergarten and he's been my best friend. He's always been there for me. So I'm like, I have to be there for him and always make sure that he doesn't feel alone.
And maybe this support is what kept Nick positive during this entire ordeal.
I think it says a lot about him that he never complained. And even out to this day, he doesn't complain, doesn't use it as an excuse. I mean, he could go into class all the time and say, well, I didn't get this done because, I have leukemia. And I respect him a lot for that because it's easy to fall into that and be a victim to this whole thing. But he never did, and I think that showed a lot of character and a lot about him.
Today, Nick is in remission playing roller hockey for Lee High School. The leukemia is gone, and the doctors don't expect it to come back. He's playing sports with life back to normal and a smile on his face.
You just gotta be positive because I think a lot of things would be different if I didn't keep a good mental attitude. If you really stay positive, the bad things don't faze you, and if you just focus on the good, more good will come, and the bad just doesn't really bother you. So it's really just being positive and making sure that you have a community of people that are there for you.
Nick and his family was incredibly positive during this whole ordeal. This type of leukemia now has a really good survival rate, but getting to this point is not easy, and he battled through it, and he's doing a lot better.
Yeah, anybody that has to go through chemotherapy and all that stuff is just very tough, but like you said, incredibly positive during the whole thing.
Yeah.
All right, very good, thanks. One Hit Away brings us concussion prevention tips every week.
Here's Ron Desmaris with this week's tip.
Take the symptoms of a concussion seriously. Do not challenge a concussion. It's not worth it. Here are some of the symptoms: dizziness, nausea, blurred vision, light and sound sensitivity, irritability, sadness, confusion, attention and memory, disruptive sleep, lack of appetite, and loss of energy. As a parent, sibling, coach, or teammate, you know this person well and will notice the signs sooner than others. Speak up and protect that brain. There is no wrong decision in doing the right thing when it comes to your brain health. One Hit Away understands that your brain can change your game.
Coming up, it's the South County Chrysler Game of the Week as Livermore battles San Ramon Valley.
And Sacred Heart Cathedral takes on St. Francis as 49ers Cal High Sports Report rolls along.
It's unbelievable. At South County Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, we are the #1 Hellcat dealer in the nation. We've got the largest selection for speed anywhere. Dodge Challenger or Charger Hellcats for only $589 per month. That's not all. We're California's destination for great deals all the time. We've got Jeep Renegades for $10,888 and Fiats for $8,999. Plus the largest selection of Wranglers anywhere. The summer clearance event is going on now, so drive a little and save a lot.
The San Francisco 49ers are committed to helping kids live a healthy, active lifestyle.
You're plenty fast enough. You're plenty fast. Exchange, exchange. Good. Go, 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 go.
Check out 49ers.com/YF to see how you can get involved.
49ers Cal High Sports Report is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Block Construction, together building greatness. By the Silver Creek Sportsplex, the Bay Area's premier sports and fitness destination. The Rikus Center, where goals and dreams become a reality. And by DGDG.com, where we want you to be a happy car buyer.
This season, South County Chrysler Jeep Ram Dodge brings us the Game of the Week. You vote online, and the game with the most votes gets to be Game of the Week. That means a reporter on scene, team interviews, and Game of the Week t-shirts. The game this week was supposed to be Sarah at St. Francis, but all the CCS football games were postponed this week, so we had to pull an audible.
Yes, we did. So it's Livermore and San Ramon Valley in Danville Friday night. The Wolves averaging over 40 points a game, which probably has something to do with their undefeated record overall. Livermore hoping to pull off a huge league win at SRV in the South County Chrysler Game of the Week. Aubrey was there.
The San Ramon Valley cheerleaders showing their stuff on homecoming night as SRV takes on Livermore. Halfway through the first, SRV offense is on the field. Quarterback Clark Baker spins and finds Michael Winokur on the pass. He's going to end up in the end zone. 7-0 San Ramon after the PAT. 2 minutes later, and the Wolves back in similar position. Baker to Austin Aarons. He shakes off a defender. No, he jukes another one. Bye-bye, Aarons. 14-0 San Ramon Valley. A quick Livermore drive sets up the Wolves again at midfield. This time, Baker is going to tuck it and run. An 18-yard run for the quarterback, getting it past midfield as we approach the end of the first. And in the start of the second, we're on the same drive. Daniel Medley gets the handoff, and he eases his way in for 6. It's going to be 21-0 San Ramon. 2.5 left in the half. Steven Thompson gets the sack. It looks like it's going to be a fumble, but the refs ruled him down. But the Cowboys would turn over on downs, and then came Medley. Again, he goes up the middle, spins around a Cowboy, and dives into the end zone for the Wolves' 34th point of the game. And 6 more points coming just 1 minute later. The Cowboys have possession. They go for the pass, and Bo Garrett tips it, and the ball is just waiting there for Jake Burton. The pick 6. He goes 35 yards, and at halftime, it's 41-0 San Ramon. Third quarter, and Jason Javier comes in at running back for SRV. They call him Rabbit. Look at him speed his way down the field. He goes 70 yards. The score now 48-0. In the fourth, and Livermore quarterback Zach Burke looks for an open receiver. He connects with Bradley Archer. That's a 23-yard reception. A few plays later, and the Cowboys are going to stick with Burke's arm. He throws it down the sideline, and Anthony Hergert's got it. 2 Wolves try to take him down, but he stays on his feet. Herger with the touchdown, but San Ramon Valley continues to dominate East Bay League opponents. 49-7 was the final in Danville. The Wolves stay undefeated at 7-0. Here they are, fresh off their 7th straight victory, the undefeated San Ramon Valley Wolves. He had 3 touchdowns to
medley. So I talked to you all the way back in week 2, and your confidence level with this team was through the roof. 3 games away from the end of the season. How are you guys feeling now?
We're feeling great. We've been practicing each week hard. We've been dedicating hours of time for film. We've got a goal. I think we're on our way to accomplishing that goal.
Now, Clark, your offense is averaging over 40 points a game. What is the key to making that work?
Well, it all starts with setting a high expectation. Every Saturday morning, the day after a win, we go in, we watch film from the first game or the night before, and then we start with our game plan for the next week. And always we set the goal to score 50 points, and sometimes that doesn't happen, but it's setting the expectation that keeps us working hard to achieve that goal.
We're talking to Cade next. Cade, what makes this team so special?
What makes this team so special is we always kick butt, and we always are undefeated this year, and I'm so happy to be undefeated because it gets us good accomplishments, so I'm hoping we stay like that.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys. Wolves, take it away.
Let's go, Wolves on 2-on-2. Let's go, baby.
An enthusiastic crowd Thursday night as Sacred Heart Cathedral takes on league rival St. Francis. The Lancers looking good early. Kelly Hamer to Michaela Morgan, outside to Gabby Heller, who rips it home. The Irish fighting back. Saupuni Mavaega and Megan Len put up the double block, and then it's Mavaega with the punch down. A tight first set. Here's Mavaega again with the block, and we are tied at 16 all. But the Lancers will prevail in the first. Kieran Jane to Sierra Squire, back set to Kelly Lavaghi, who takes it deep, set 1, St. Francis. To the second now, and the Irish showing their great defensive skills here as the ball is kept alive, and Skylar Kennedy tips it over for the kill. Down 5, the Lancers begin their comeback. Morgan with a nice dig, setting up Rachel Hunsaker, who tools it off the block. Heller here with the dig to the sophomore Squire, deep to Lavaghi, and that's not coming back. Molly Everton went on a huge service run. Look at this ace, just drops in, nobody moves. Perfectly placed 21-20 Lancers. Set point, Heller to Morgan to Hunsaker, and the Lancers have a 2-0 lead. To the third now, and the Irish looking to get back in it. Ashley Chan to Alden Stanley to Mavaega, and the Irish have the lead. But once again, the Lancers come back. Look at Rachel Hunsaker diving into the scorer's table. The Lancers are able to get the ball back over, and then Morgan over to Heller, and the Lancers win the point and the match. They were happy about it, and their fans were pretty excited as well, as St. Francis is now 17-7 overall. Everton with 18 kills for St. Francis. Once again this season, Lexus of Stevens Creek is honoring athletes who do great volunteer work in their community.
This week's Lexus of Stevens Creek volunteer is Katie LeBaron from the Presentation volleyball team. A top player and student, Katie also works for a variety of different charities, including Animals Assisted Happiness, where she works with therapy animals for disabled children. Katie talks about why she chooses to help out her community.
I think it's really special, especially because they're struggling, so working with kids who are older than them, who they can look up to, and also with animals that make them comfortable, I think is really good for them. I think it's awesome, especially with everything going on in the world today. Just helping out as much as I can on a small scale, I think can contribute big if everyone helps out a little bit.
Coming up, to the coast we go for Napomo taking on Scotts Valley.
And later, it's De La Salle battling Foothill. You're watching 49ers Cal High Sports Report.
As we all know, Napomo is a small town just north of Santa Maria and just south of San Luis Obispo. The Titans from Napomo taking the 191-mile trip to meet Scotts Valley.
I had no idea. I never heard of Napomo before. Is it Napomo?
Yeah.
I think so. The Falcons from Scotts Valley are having another fine year. Louis Walters' team is 5-1 overall, undefeated in the Mission Trail League. The Falcons and Titans playing Friday night.
Red sunset in Scotts Valley, and the cheerleaders are all smiles. The Falcons taking on the Napomo Titans. First half, and it's a defensive battle with great hitting on both sides. Joey Murray tackles the SV receiver for a loss. Second half, Braden Grossart back to pass. He hits Jedithan Matausha Reyes on the sideline for a first down, setting up a draw play to Ricky Iniguez, a 15-yard TD run for the game's first score, 7-0 Titans. The very next series, Scotts Valley is on the march when Kyle Rajala back to pass, can't find anyone, so he takes off for a 20-yard scramble and a first down, setting up a 1-yard QB sneak, and Scotts Valley ties the score at 7-all, still in the third. Napomo comes right back, and Grossart hits Cage Win on the left sideline all the way down to the third. That's where Matausha takes it in from the first for the TD. Extra point no good, and the Titans lead 13-7. Midway through the fourth quarter, and the Falcons are marching downfield. Rajala throws a hook and ladder to Anthony Locatelli. He takes it to the 5. The Falcons just yards away from tying this game up, but Matausha jumps for it, and he comes up with the interception to hold off the Falcons for the 13-7 victory. Matausha with 81 yards. Now off to the hardwood as the Castro Valley Trojans get excited to host Piedmont. Right into the action, the Trojans, Alexis Hoffman to Alika Unti with the kill. Trojans take first set 25-19. Second set, Hoffman with the set to Amina Muhammad, and she tips it over the net, cutting the deficit to 7. Highlanders staying in the lead though. Katie Goldberg gets the ball to Hayden Stone, who comes in with a heavy hand, and that one isn't coming back. All tied up at 17, and the Trojans aren't giving up. Kira Chen to Hoffman to Malia Luhati Brown. Trojans lead by 1. Next, it's Hoffman again to Unti, and it's good. Trojans taking back the lead 19-18, but the Highlanders have an answer. Zoe Kimball bumps it to Goldberg, who finds Claire Roydy. It's 21-all. What a tough battle. The Highlanders going for the kill, but Kelly Jordan is ready for the block, and Castro takes the second set 25-21. We're in the third set. Jenna Garcia bumping to none other than Hoffman. Malmad gets the kill, and the Trojans have the advantage, but this time it's Hoffman who sets up Garcia. Garcia sends it into the hardwood, and Castro Valley takes the third 25-10 and the match. The Trojans march their way into second place.
Synergy Environmental Solutions celebrate players who do the dirty work for their team, just like Synergy goes all out for its customers.
That's right. This week, doing the dirty work is the Northgate defense, as David Mackey knocks the ball loose, and German Acosta is there to pick it up, and look at the big man run. A defensive TD for Acosta. He's doing the dirty work, just like Synergy Environmental Solutions. Remember, you can buy the entire game from the games we showed tonight on either DVD, or we'll send it to you digitally. Go to CalHighSportsBayArea.com to order.
Be sure to follow us on social media at 49ers Cal High on Twitter and Instagram. And be sure to subscribe to our YouTube page. We'll let you know when new videos are ready to watch.
Coming up, the Bay Area's best team, the De La Salle Spartans, taking on the Foothill Falcons next.
And Arroyo battles Alameda on the hardwood when we come back.
The Rica Center has long been a staple of the Bay Area sports community, offering flexible and adaptable training programs for all ages. Among their most advanced programs is Cornerstone, a training course that combines a group-style training session with one-on-one supervision to optimize the training of its most elite athletes. Beginning each session with a group-based training workout, Cornerstone offers the best of both worlds. Fluid dynamic sessions followed by routine, all the while being assisted by the center's certified coaches.
Hi, I'm Tom McGraw, and I have the privilege of serving as CEO of First National Bank of Northern California. It's also been a privilege to grow up and make my home in the beautiful Bay Area and play high school sports just like many of you. We're proud to support local businesses and homeowners, as well as the hardworking youth and student athletes in the Bay Area. Come in and meet us and see how community banking really makes a difference in building stronger neighborhoods. Come into a branch and say hi.
Bank on it on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Bank on it! You read it in the paper, hear it on the radio. It's the biggest sales event ever. It's the Jeep Celebration event at Northern California's #1 volume dealer, South County Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Fiat. Over 850 cars, priced incredibly low. It's mind-blowing. New cars under $10,000. New Fiat 500 and Jeep Renegade for just $9,999. Get up to $17,000 off on some new vehicles. New Ram 1500 starting at $16,999. We're selling inventory by the minute at South County Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Fiat and Gilroy. Drive a little, save a lot.
The De La Salle Spartans continue their winning ways with a 6-1 record this season, undefeated in the Bay Area for a ton of seasons.
Many seasons. The Spartans traveling to Pleasanton this week to take on East Bay League rival Foothill. It's our NCS Block Construction Blockbuster game. Our Chiara Biagini was there.
Blockbuster game, yeah.
Tonight we have an East Bay matchup as the Foothill Falcons take a swing at NorCal top dog, the De La Salle Spartans. The Falcons coming in at 4-1 in league. They will look to their senior quarterback and Fresno State commit Ben Wooldridge, who's been having a spectacular senior year. He's completing 61% of his passes with a total of 915 yards. The Spartans have not lost a game to a NorCal team since 1991. Look for senior Kyrie Robinson to lead their offense. He has 35 carries for a total of 308 rushing yards. It's De La Salle at Foothill in our block construction blockbuster game.
De La Salle with first possession, but the Falcons holding their ground on defense as Elijah Blockman gets the sack. Same drive, quarterback Andrew Jones scans the field and connects with Taveus Marshall. Shortly after, at 1 and goal, Jones pushes in for the touchdown. Spartans on the board 10 minutes into this game. The De La Salle offense gets right back on the field. Quarterback Eric Storty hands it to Kyrie Robinson, and look at this guy move. He runs it 51 yards to the house. De La Salle up 14-0. Foothill fights back. Here's Ben Wooldridge with a screen pass to Roman Sawgun, who avoids the tackle and goes for a nice run and gets knocked out of bounds. But the Spartan defense stands tall as Marshall cuts in front of the pass and gets the interception. What a great heads-up play by the junior. De La Salle takes advantage of the turnover. Storty fakes the handoff and takes it in himself for the TD. Spartans up 21-0, 3 minutes left in the first half. Foothill starts this drive with only 2 minutes left in the half. Wooldridge throws down and Sawgun comes up with a nice catch, but the drive will stall. Second half, De La Salle having some fun as Jones tosses it to Shamar Garrett. It's a halfback pass. There for the catch is Jack Powers. What a play. Spartans lead 28-0. De La Salle doesn't let up. Here's one more for good measure. Jones hands it to Garrett. He breaks a tackle and the sophomore turns on his jets and doesn't look back. A 70-yard run. The Spartan offense put on a show, winning it 42-0. Storty talked to us after the game.
I mean, it was a good win, but we made a lot of mistakes. I think our strengths this year is, our line comes out and they lead the team, and we have good leaders on our team who really pick everyone up and help everyone get engaged in the game. We got to learn, got to come back and get ready for next week.
In Pleasanton with our Block Construction Blockbuster game, I'm Kiara Biagini, 49ers Cal High Sports Report.
We're going to the court next. It's a battle for first place between Alameda and Arroyo. The Hornets looking good early on. Leah Bartolome to Alyssa Shum to Olivia Orawood for the monster kill. Arroyo trying to keep set one close, but Maddie Cow is right there for the big-time block. The Hornets in control. Cow bumps to Shum, and she connects with Ava Johnson, who smashes it into the hardwood. Alameda wins set 1, 25-12. And Alameda riding the momentum into set 2. Cow passes to Janessa Hort, who sets up Jackie Moore for the nifty kill. Arroyo still battling back as the ball is popped into the air, and Janessa Jennings playing some great defense to get the block. But set 2 goes to the Hornets. Dylan Bolda to Shun to Cow for the point. Alameda takes it 25-21. The Hornets looking to wrap it up in set 3. Shun with the bump, Isabel Tom with the set, and Johnson with the finish. But the Dons fight back. Ziana Hanhan over to Rachela Robasura Castilla, and she sets it to Kuni Nialani Lensaga for the kill. However, the Hornets were on their game the whole night. Alexis Cantley to Hort, 2 more, who puts it away as Alameda wins it in 3 sets to take sole possession of first place in the West Alameda County Shoreline League.
The Harker School honors athletes who perform well in the classroom every week.
This week's Harker School Scholar athlete is Vanessa Pan from the Notre Dame Belmont volleyball team. Vanessa is a junior outside hitter for the Tigers who's enrolled in several AP classes, so get this, she has a 4.5 grade point average.
Brought to you by the Harker School, this week Harker congratulates its football team. For its record-breaking season start, the team is 7-0 after a 38-0 win last week. This is Harker's best start since 1998. Quarterback Nate Kelly threw for 5 touchdown passes in the game. At Harker Preschool through 12th grade, students discover their passions. Learn more at harker.org. Once again this season, Adobe brings us great advice on how to use their software to make highlight reels and team videos.
Here's this week's Adobe tip.
One time-saving editing function I use all the time is copying and pasting effects from one clip to another clip or to multiple clips. Let's say you have an effect to color change and put a Gaussian blur on one clip. Highlight that clip and then hit Control-C or Apple-C to copy it. Then highlight the clip or clips where you want it pasted and hit Control-Alt-V or Control-Option-V, and all of the effects from the first clip will be placed on the highlighted clips. Another way the Adobe Creative Cloud makes editing fast and easy.
Coming up, it's California taking on Doherty Valley.
And American versus Newark Memorial in girls volleyball next.
49ers Cal High Sports Report is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By South County Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. Drive a little, save a lot. By Club Sport at the Sportsplex. Live healthy. and by the Sereno Group, here for good.
Hi, I'm Lucy Wiedemeyer, longtime real estate broker, and I'm teamed up with Keith Andry, my favorite son-in-law. Many of you remember Charlie Wiedemeyer, my husband. We both support high school sports.
Hi, John Failer out of Saratoga and Santa Clara. I am very proud to support Northern California Bay Area high school sports.
We head out to California High School where the Grizzlies are coming off a very tough stretch of games and looking to regain their momentum. Cal with senior quarterback Ryan Wright completing 55% of his passes this season for over 540 yards.
The Grizzlies taking on Doherty Valley, who are sniffing out their first East Bay League win. It's the Wildcats and Grizzlies Friday night.
It's a very cold and smoky night as California hosts Doherty Valley. We start the night off with Cal's Ryan Wright handing it off to Daniel Gray's Yang, who throws a deep one to Gary Wenschlag. Wenschlag runs it from the 20 all the way home for the first TD of the night, 7-0 Cal. Doherty answers back, though, with Joshua Segal sending the ball to Eric Del Gesso, and it's caught for the touchdown. PAT is good, and we're tied at 7. Into the second now, it's now 14-7 Cal. Wright finds Chris Henry, who dances around the defense and brings another one into the end zone for the Grizzlies as they take the 28-7 lead. Next up, we have Doherty Valley trying to score. Segal fires it down the middle, but it's deflected twice before it finds the hands of Jonathan Wang. Great concentration from the Wildcats. Back from the half, Wright finds the right guy for this play. Wright handing it off to Hugh Savage, who slips and slides through the Wildcats and scores 42-7 Cal. Stepping in at QB now is Matt McCreary, who hands it off to Christian Velasquez. Velasquez finds an open lane and just takes off. It's 49-7 Grizzlies as they end the night. Cal dominating this game. They're now 3-2 in the East Bay League. Wright leading the way with 118 yards passing.
The American Eagles getting ready to take on Mission Valley League rival Newark Memorial. The Cougars' Emily Patnow to Savannah Rampola with a deep back set to Maddie Wayne, who splits the defense for the Newark point. More Cougars late in the first. Gabby Euler to Haley Nelson, who finds an open spot as the Cougs take the first 25-23. American comes back in the second. Tiana Diamond over to Bella Rivera, who sets Amanda Morales, who beats the block. The Cougars fighting back. Nelson bumps to Euler, who goes deep to Wayne, and Wayne rips it home. But American takes the second. Rivera with a nice save over to Diamond, who places it right on the back line. We're tied at 1 set apiece. To the third, Sarah Logan to Euler, who sets Nelson in the back row, and Haley does what she does. The Cougs take the third. Riley Sarasua up to Rampola, and here's Nelson again, and Newark Memorial takes a 2-1 lead. Tight in the second, Newark's Lagan to Euler to Nelson. Ham and eggs, baby. But American takes the fourth. Rivera a quick set to Natalie Ng, and we go to a fifth and final set. Patnode here to Euler, who taps it over, and the Cougars are on their way. Now it's Rampola to Nelson, and Haley gets the last of her 39 kills in the match. Oh my. As Newark Memorial wins it in 5 sets, the Cougars tied for second in the Mission Valley League. The Mountain View volleyball squad is having a fine season.
The Spartans meeting with 99-7 now Strawberry to talk about it at the Rikus Center earlier this week.
We're at the Rikus Center in Menlo Park, the premier training facility on the peninsula where goals are achieved. I think it's time I introduce you to the Mountain View Spartan volleyball team. These ladies right here. And there's a lot to talk about. We're here with Peyton, senior. You were on the team last year. This year probably feels a lot better than last year felt, right?
Yeah, we're 7-0 in league. We haven't dropped a set. We won our Watsonville tournament, and we're really working together to develop as a team to get far in playoffs.
What, was last year almost like a chip on the shoulder, like, oh, we're coming back? Yeah, it was?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, and they are coming back. And Aiden, tell me, what are the goals? You guys are about halfway through the season. You are doing well. What's the trophy looking like?
Yeah, so our goals are to work hard and practice every day and really push each other, win our league, and make it to the CCS finals.
And there's a lot of tough girls standing between you and those goals, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But you got it.
Oh, yeah.
You got it. And let's talk about the girls on this team who got it. Eleanor, already committed to Cal Poly? Beach, right? Beach.
Yeah, beach volleyball.
Okay, so tell me about the girls that you're on the court with. There's a lot of chemistry, a lot of interesting extracurriculars going on.
No, we have amazing team chemistry. We have a lot of juniors and seniors, so a lot of returners, which has really helped.
And yeah, we're all part of different activities outside of volleyball. We know Antonia's race car driver, Malaysia dancer, Kira basketball, so a lot of different stuff outside of volleyball too.
That's awesome. And like they said, they have something to prove this season. So watch out for the Spartans of Mountain View High School and tune in to 99.7 Now every night. That's where I'm at. My name is Strawberry. Spartans, take it away.
DG presents the Be Happy play each week. This was a play in a game this week that made everyone happy.
This week's Be Happy play goes to the St. Francis Lancers. Rachel Hunsaker dives into the scorer's table for an incredible save, allowing the Lancers to get the ball back over the net, and then it's Gabby Heller with the kill. The Lancers were pretty happy about it, and so were the fans. Go to dgdg.com to find out how you can be a happy car buyer.
Coming up, it's the Service by Medallion Play of the Week. It might be this play, but you gotta wait to find out.
But first, here's this week's training tip from our good friends at the Reicha Center.
Hi, I'm Coach Dominique, and today's training tip is the split squat. So you're gonna have your athlete stand with 1 foot in front, 1 foot behind. You're gonna have them squat down, make sure that they keep their weight over their front heel. Also make sure that knee doesn't go over the toe and doesn't start coming in. You're gonna have the athlete push back up through their heel. And you can repeat this about as many reps as you need as a warm-up or as a part of your series for an exercise.
The winner of the Service by Medallion Play of the Week gets a hat, a backpack, which is that, and an invitation to our end of the season awards banquet right here at Levi's Stadium.
We'll show you some really good contenders and then award this week's Play of the Week.
Play of the Week.
Lots of great catches this week. Tommy Kramer from Amador Valley with a leaping catch here, and the Amador Valley Dons win this week. Monte Vista's Andy Yee with a terrific interception here off the deflection. Andy coming up with it. Great concentration, then he kind of gets pounded after the play, but a great play by Andy Yee. Here's Darty Valley's Jonathan Wang with a great catch, some great concentration here too. It's deflected twice, but Wang makes the catch. Rachel Hunsaker for St. Francis diving into the press box, the scorer's table. It goes back over, and that allows Gabby Heller to rip it home. A terrific point for the Lancers. But the play of the week goes to Jeffrey Weimer from Salinas. Look at the Cowboys. Great catch here. We'll slow it way down to show you how great of a catch it is as the ball comes off the defender's helmet, and Weimer grabs it and hangs on for the play of the week. Yeehaw! That's the play of the week, and that's our 49ers Cal High Sports Report for this week. Thanks for watching. I'm Robert Brownstein.
And I'm Aubrey Tolliver. Be sure to join us next week for highlights from the big Clayton Valley Acalanes game. We'll see you then.